Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I'm going to be showing you 5 really affordable, inexpensive dupes for some very popular makeup products, some of which have actually been some of my favorite products that I have used, but I have found products that are cheaper, that work just the same, if not better than the original. So if we can save some money, I think that we would like to. So yes, if you are interested in learning about 5 amazing dupes that are going to save you some coins, then please keep on watching. All right, so first up I want to talk about a Pigment. This is the MAC Cosmetics, and I can't find my normal sized one. I do have the normal sized one somewhere. This is the MAC Cosmetics Pigment in Rose. Now, if you haven't heard of this pigment, I don't know what kind of rock you have been sleeping under. It is easily one of their most popular, most purchased products. It is pretty much 9 times out of 10 always sold out. Every single makeup artist raves about this, and I completely understand why. It's absolutely magic. It's like a pinky goldy sort of a shift mixed into foundation, where it is a highlight, where it is eyeshadow, mixed into lipstick, use it on your body, mixed into moisturizer. Like, it always looks 10 out of 10, like in fact 11 out of 10 gorgeous. Well, I finally found a dupe, and I'm not saying this lightly. Like, MAC Rose Pigment is so, there's just something so incredibly different about this one. The way that it reflects light, the color shift, like, it's not been easy to find a dupe for this, and I feel like I've been searching for a dupe for a very, very long time now, but I finally got one. So this is by ColourPop. This is their loose pigment in the shade The Dunes. Guys, it is literally nearly exactly the same as the MAC one, and obviously it is a whole lot cheaper, like a whole lot cheaper. So I've got the two of them swatched on the back of my hand here. Hopefully you can see, maybe I'll zoom in a bit. They're literally exactly the same. In fact, maybe this one here is the MAC one and this is the ColourPop. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the order that I put them in. Honestly, they're exactly the same. They're both really delicate and finely milled. They're both extremely like reflective. Same beautiful rose undertone with that gold shift. Like, oh, I'm obsessed. I actually feel that the ColourPop one's got more of like it's nearly more pigmented, like you nearly get more bang for your buck kind of thing. I mean, you obviously do get more bang for your buck. Hello. But I do feel like it's more pigmented than the original MAC one. Just, this thing is always sold out, guys. So if A, you haven't been able to get your hands on it and you've desperately been after it, which I can totally understand, or B, you don't want to fork out the cash, definitely try this ColourPop one. It's basically exactly the same. All right, next up I've got a primer, and you can tell by how literally empty this is, how much I have loved it. I spoke recently in a video where I said that I'm not really reaching for silicone-based primers anymore. You know, those skin smoothing primers? I feel like my makeup doesn't last as long when I wear them. Well, this Smashbox one is probably the only exception to that rule at the minute. This is the Smashbox Photo Finish Foundation Primer. It is a really beautiful primer that really smooths out the skin. It preps everything perfectly for foundation, and it does not alter, you know, how long your foundation wears or how well it applies, or, you know, its ability to not be rubbed off during the day. Like, it's a beautiful primer. And I mean, like I said, I feel like this might be the 3rd one of these that I've been through too. Like, I've worn this a lot. Well, guys, I've got a cheap dupe. And the dupe that I have found is this one here by e.l.f. This is the e.l.f. Poreless Face Primer. I'll show you them side by side. So here they are next to each other. Honestly, literally exactly the same thing. Like, exactly. I'll pop the Smashbox one on the back. Oh God, if I can even get anything out of it, I need to order a backup. Now, there's one noticeable difference about these two. The Smashbox one is clear. The e.l.f. one is white, but the texture, the finish, and the effect that it has on the skin is exactly the same. The e.l.f. one doesn't stay white. Like, it goes translucent when you blend it in anyway. But it just makes the skin, oh my God, it's completely blurred, the pores there on the back of my hand. Hopefully you can see that. Wow. Hopefully the camera actually picks that up. But look how smooth the skin looks here. Compared to like over here, you can see all the texture. That's insane. It is just as lightweight as the Smashbox one. It is just as smoothing as the Smashbox one. It lasts just as long on the skin. It looks beautiful under foundation. Like, honestly, everything that this does is exactly the same as the Smashbox one, but it's a whole lot cheaper. I just think it's awesome. I think it's an unsung hero. And yeah, if you've been eyeing off this one and you wanted to try something more affordable first, definitely check this one out. All right, next up I've got a foundation, and this is a foundation that I actually rediscovered recently. And by rediscovered, I mean I've had it in my collection forever. I stopped using it for whatever reason, and now I found it again, and I'm back in love, back head over heels obsessed with it. It's the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation. This is a really nice, sort of more natural looking foundation. Gives the skin a really beautiful glow, but without being like heavy and shiny and like just cakey on the skin. It's honestly gorgeous, but it is a very expensive. I feel like from memory here in Australia, this one's $90+, might be 90 $94, 96 or something. It's certainly not an affordable foundation, but at the same time, I am willing to spend that money because of how beautiful it looks on the skin, and it's oily skin safe as well. Like, it's gorgeous. But at the same time, like, if you can find something that makes your skin look beautiful in the same way that this does, that's not going to cost you as much, you'd be crazy not to take it, right? Well, this one here, I am obsessed with this. I think I did actually feature this in last month's favorites video from memory. This is the Revlon Photo Ready Candid Foundation. Now, this is a really, really nice, natural, lightweight, glowy foundation that, again, doesn't get cakey, heavy, or like shiny and just gross during the day. It is beautiful. It looks exactly the same on my skin as the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk, and it is so much cheaper, obviously. Both of them are buildable coverage, so if you do want to build up the coverage, you totally can. Both of them are reasonably long wearing. I wouldn't say if you're someone who's like me and you've got really, really oily skin and your foundations don't last. If you're wanting, if you're looking for a foundation that's going to last you, 15 hours or something, you're not going to get it from either of these. But for that beautiful, like, soft touch, glowy, medium coverage, just healthy looking foundation, these are brilliant, and this is a way cheaper version. All right, next up, I've got the Huda Beauty New Nude Palette. Now, I did do a full review, like, dupe comparison video just the other, was it last week, the week before, I'm not sure, because I have finally found a dupe for this palette. You guys have been at me for so long to find a dupe for this palette. I did pick up that, is it the You Can Be Aromas palette, because a lot of people recommended that as a really good dupe, but I just hated the formula of that. It was a really powdery and gritty, and I just didn't like it at all. I finally found a dupe to this one, and holy hell, if you saw that video, you will know what I am talking about. So this is the Sunrise palette by Folk Allure. Pause the video now if you haven't seen that other video, and I will link it on the screen. If you haven't seen that other video that I'm talking about, go and watch that first, because damn, this little guy way outperforms the Huda Beauty palette. And I was already a fan of the Huda Beauty palette. Like, there were some things that I loved, some things that I didn't like, but this one here, oh, so good. Now, some of the shades in this palette do look a little different to the original Huda Beauty, but for the most part, and again, if you watch that video, I created side-by-side comparison looks on my eyes, and they both came out literally exactly the same, except this one was honestly so much better. You've got the different textures in both palettes, so that real funny sort of pearlescent shimmery kind of texture. You've got pressed glitters, you've got mattes, traditional shimmers, you've got a concealer in both palettes. They're just... oh, I'm just so excited because I've been trying to find a dupe for this palette for so long. So many of you were like, Nikkia, I do not want to spend the money on the Huda Beauty palette. Some people just don't want to support her brand, which is totally fine. But if you want to get the same palette, the same looks, this one here is nuts. I'll show you a couple of swatches. Glitter, for starters, in this is a no-brainer. So look, clean finger. Bang. I'll show you some of the mattes in this one. They're really beautiful. They're really pigmented. But here is a look at the formula, and it's like, I feel like it's on sale. I mean, it was on sale when I did the video. I found it was on sale for $12, and I'm pretty sure it actually went out of stock because of you guys, but I'm sure it'll be back in stock soon. But yeah, the formula is beautiful. Totally worth looking into if you're wanting a similar look to the Huda Beauty palette, but you either don't want to spend the money or you don't want to, for whatever reason, you don't want to buy it. And then last but not least, I've got this palette here by NARS. This was a recent discovery of mine, and oh my goodness, as soon as even when I looked at it and before I used it, I fell in love with it. It's beautiful. The external packaging is gorgeous. But this has got a really interesting formula. It's a cheek palette. It's got blushes and bronzers in it, but it's a very interesting formula. It's kind of like a cream to powder sort of a formula, and it melts into the skin. It creates no texture on the skin. It's honestly just absolutely stunning. I love, 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 love it. If you're someone that likes really, really lightweight cheek products that don't add, like that powdery or like sort of that texture to the cheeks, like it looks obvious that you've applied a bronzer or a blush. If you're someone that likes that really smooth sort of airbrushed look, you'll adore this. But you guys, and I think I mentioned it in the video where I first tested this, this is the e.l.f. Aqua Infused Blush and Bronzer. Now, these do come in a bunch of different colors. I kid you not, the formula in this feels and wears and applies exactly the same as the formula in this NARS one. The e.l.f. one feels a little creamier when you first sort of stick your finger in it, if that's what you're doing. It does feel a little creamier than the NARS one, but then on the skin, like, it just blends out. It looks like airbrushed color. It does not look like powdery, textured, you know, it doesn't look like blush. It kind of looks like it's just the pure pigment color applied to the skin. I don't know if I'm making any sense here. It's honestly stunning. And I was talking about and using this in a stack of videos for very, very good reason. It's a gorgeous product. The NARS palette is so beautiful and it looks so pretty, but it is expensive. It is a really, really expensive, but if you're after this look on the skin, this will get you the exact same result, but it will cost a whole lot less. And like I said, these do come in different shades. Both the bronzers in here you can get in these, and all three of the blush colors you can get in these. Like, definitely worth looking into. All right, well, there you have it, guys. That is it for today's dupes video. I hope that you enjoyed seeing some of these dupes. I hope that maybe they've given you some inspiration or ideas into some products that you might like to try out but actually save a bit of money on. Please let me know if you do enjoy these videos. Please leave the video a thumbs up, leave a comment down below. I love finding dupes. It's one of my most favorite things to do. Like, if you can save money, why wouldn't you? You'd be crazy not to, right? And I have got some full face dupe videos planned. So pretty much what I do in those is I apply like all the expensive ones on one side and all the cheap ones on the other side, and then we do like a comparison. I've got a few of them planned as well. So let me know if you're interested in seeing those. Yeah, I hope that it's helped you in some way. But that's pretty much it from me. I've got quite a lot to do today. My poor mama is sick, so I'm gonna go downstairs and make her some chicken soup and take it around to her. And then I got a whole lot of emails to do. Oh, bad. But I love you guys so, so much. I hope you're having an amazing day, and I will talk to you all very, very soon.